Hi guys, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh Card Updates, and you're with me Ollie, and today we'll be doing another character deck, and this character deck is Joey Wheeler's deck from Duelist Kingdom from the original Yu-Gi-Oh. So shall we get into it? So first of all, as you can see, a deck says 35 cards, but technically he has 38 cards. He should have 2 more cards, but that can be debatable with the other 2, but we'll come into that in a minute. So here we got his Red Eyes Black Dragon, and he won this from Rex Raptor in episode 12. So that's pretty cool. Next card is Amphoresaurus. Sorry if I said that wrong, but it's a weird name. Here we got Armed Lizard. Here we got Axe Raider. We got Baby Dragon. We got Battle Steer. We got Battle Warrior. Claw Reacher. Destroyer Golem. Garusis. Karimashi of the Blue Flame. Kajagon. Koki or something. I'm butchering these names. Leo Gun, M Warrior 1, M Warrior 2, Muskie the Legendary Swordsman, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Mayor Togo, Org Grotto 1, Rude Kaiser, Skull Stalker, Sword Armor Driller, Tiger Axe, the Furious Sea King, and we got here is Lava Battle Guard, and this was given to him by Tristan by Tristan Taylor in episode 11. So that's pretty cool because Joey had Swamp Battle Guard, so it's good to have 2 of those. We got here is Time Wizard. Right, a Time Wizard was given to Joey by Yugi in episode 3, but it was played, instead of played like a monster card, it was actually played like a spell card. So it was very interesting with that. In the episode it was played as a spell card than a monster card. I will get into more with Time Wizard in a minute actually. And let's get on to Copycat. Again, Copycat, this was shown to be as a level 5 effect monster, but in the dub it was shown to be a normal monster. What is very weird and interesting because of the effect. Odd. Here we got is Sword Arm of the Dragon. So this card is a very interesting card, and it's confusing because we don't know if he had this card or we had Kribo. I don't think he had Kribo because of Yugi, but this card was actually seen in his hand with duel against Rex Raptor in the original version. In the Japanese version, it was shown that Kribo was actually in his hand at the beginning of the duel against Rex Raptor, but when it was put into dub, they changed it to Sword Arm of Dragon. So interesting. Okay, the Japanese version probably is more correct, but it makes more sense to have Sword Arm Dragon than Kribo, because Kribo, as we know, we don't really see anybody else use it, only Yugi, and Yugi sort of speaks to it. So I don't think Joey had Kribo, so I think it was a mistake in the Japanese anime, I think, and I'm glad dubbed changed it to Sword Arm Dragon, what makes more sense. Right, let's get onto the spells. So that's a lot of monsters there. So let's go on to the spells. So we've got here is Salamandra, and this was given to him. He wasn't given, he traded it with somebody on the boat to Duelist Kingdom. So he traded this card, and same he traded for Shield and Sword on the boat. So he traded them 2 cards for so Salamandra and Shield and Sword were traded on the boat. He didn't originally have them, he just traded them, and he traded to get them. I don't know what cards he actually traded, but he got them. Next card, now on to the traps. This card is Trap Hole of Spikes, but in the anime series it was not called, in the anime series it didn't show it as the Trap Hole of Spikes, it was called Chasm of Spikes. So Chasm of Spikes, but when they released it in real life it became Trap Hole of Spikes. Next card we've got Grave Robber. What I love of it is a funny card. Next is Conniver Chains, and this one again he traded for, so we got this on the boat. Next card is Trap Hole, so they're the traps. So let's get on to some different cards here. These aren't, so here we'll go on to Extra Deck. He didn't have fusions, not really. In the original anime these weren't classed as fusions. Maybe Black Skull Dragon was. That was classed as a sort of fusion, but these 3 cards weren't. So Flame Swordsman, here we've got it as a fusion. What I don't make, in the anime it makes more sense for it to be a card. It was a normal card in the anime series, but when they released it out in real life they made it a fusion. What that doesn't make sense now, because what the attack and defense doesn't make sense now, but think about when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out as a card game, there was so many weak monsters. All the strong monsters were mostly fusions and all that, and so this was, for it to be strong they had it as a fusion card, but in the anime series it is a normal monster, and it's one of Joey's favourite cards. Same with Gatia the D-Knight. This again was a normal monster, but when they released it as a fusion because how strong it was back in the day. So nowadays that would be a normal monster really, or a normal monster, but back in the day it was a fusion. So both of these in his deck were normal monsters, not fusions. Okay, next card is Thousand's Dragon. So Thousand's Dragon is an interesting thing. What he did in the anime series, it wasn't classed as a fusion. He used Time Wizard, and he had a Time Wizard had like a weird special effect what made a baby dragon go thousands of years in the future, and made Thousand Dragon. But when it got released in real life, it made more sense to be a fusion than a silly, stupid effect, because we wouldn't be able to have Time Wizard's effect had to be changed when it came out, of course, because we couldn't have that type of effect. So that's why. So technically it is a fusion for us, but when it was in the anime it wasn't a fusion, and it was just Time Wizard's effect on Baby Dragon. So yeah. Next card is Black Skull Dragon, or B Skull Dragon. The interesting thing about this is he didn't really have this card in his deck, not really. They summoned the skull and he fused the Yugi, I think, if I'm correct, or no, Joey said can I borrow a monster, I think, and they fused Summon the Skull and Red Eyes Black Dragon into Black Skull Dragon, or B Skull Dragon. So technically yes, it is a fusion, but he didn't really have it in his deck, it just appeared weirdly. So they're the fusions or the weirder cards. Next, I put these two in the side deck. We just talked about Kuriboh, so I'll skip that. We talked about that. Here is Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. Right. Again, it's not a card it actually was in the anime. It didn't get rid of Red Eyes Black Dragon to replace it. And there was Metamorphosis, if I'm correct, yeah. No, Metamorph, sorry. Metamorph, and it basically just transformed Red Eyes Black Dragon into Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. So technically it didn't really exist as a card in the anime. It was more like a like the spell card, like being used like a crit card, really. It wasn't used as to summon this. But when they released it in real life, of course they had to make it different. What's quite cool. So that's it. So there is actually one more card, what isn't a real card, and it is Dragon Nails. So here is Dragon Nails. This card has not been released in real life, but he had it in his deck. So it would be cool if they do release it in real life, but they haven't. So this is the only card that hasn't been released in real life. So hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell and to get notified for each video we upload.